Everyone, it is Wednesday, the 11th of February. How are you? And you, but especially you. Yes, you. How are you doing tonight? This afternoon, actually, I am super early today. Super early. That isn't ish. I don't even know what you'd call it because I am super early today. I am interrupting your afternoon with this live today is the way I am rolling. It is kind of, I'm trying. So are you off balance here? Are you feeling a little woo, woo, woo? What is happening here? What is happening? That is what you want to know. Uh, Let me get my other screen going up here. There we go. Yeah, I am throwing you completely off balance. But we had this opportunity tonight to do a Valentine's Day couples cocktail class. And so we are headed out tonight to go do that, which is sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for that. Hey Sherry, how are you? I have taken a couple cocktail classes there at this restaurant before, and they do a really nice job. But they were doing this as a Valentine's Day theme, and we thought, hey, let's go do that. And it fell on my night to be live, so here I am live. I said I can either be way-ish late and had some sample cocktails in me, or I'm safer coming on early, and you'll all give me a little bit of grace on that. And so I went with early, and here I am. But I am excited to be here with you. It is really a great day to be here. Yeah, it should be a good time. We're looking forward to it. This Mexican restaurant, small Mexican restaurant, does it, family owned. Really nice lady that owns it, and really looking forward to that and sneaking out and doing that tonight. Um, and not having to worry about being late for you guys, super late. So that's why I'm on early today. But I thought I'd be talking to you about something. I was working out this week, which most of you know I do. I try to work out daily. I really works out on average. I usually miss 1 day a week. I'm usually pretty good, and I do these walking exercises. I have these walking videos that I do, and calling them a walking video really doesn't do it justice because it has you move in all different directions, and you use bands, and it's just, and it can be pretty intense. And this week, uh, Mexican food and drinks. Yay, yes, I'm right there with you. And I don't even remember what the theme of this cocktail class is. They've done a martini one before, and they've done different things, but we thought this would be a fun way to celebrate Valentine's Day. Um, but I was this week and so they have like a video of the day, and that's what I usually do, and I usually get about 3 miles a day in, or so. Sometimes I do a little less, sometimes I do a little more, but I'm usually doing it uh, some part of 6 days a week. And this week the videos are really intense. The videos that are selected in their program are really an intense set. They're at a higher pace. The music they play is the pace and the beat that you're supposed to be moving. Makes it look like I have rhythm. Uh, and it is, these have been, and by their own talk, it has been high intensity interval training. High intensity interval training. And what they mean by that is you go, go, go for a period of time. You do 2 to 3 minute sets, sometimes a 4 minute set where you are just go, 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 go nonstop and at a really fast pace and really moving and really getting those beats up and that heart health. Yes, heart health month. I hadn't thought of it that way. That's why they're doing this month's video series, or this week's was so intense. I just pick the next day. I just go the next day. I just go from one to the next, and there's so many of them. I just like the calendar because I don't have to think about it. And so you're doing these high intensity parts, segments of really high intensity for an interval, and then in the instructor always calls it recovery. So they slow down the pace some, and you're doing things at a much more manageable pace. Reduce your breathing, bring down your heart rate, and then you get it right back up there. Boom. So you have like a 3 or 4 minute interval where you're going. Then you have like a minute to 2 minutes down, and then where you're still doing, but you're doing it at a much slower pace. And then you're right back up there. And it got me thinking, because I'm always thinking, and that's really the problem with being a great entrepreneur, is your mind is always going. Your mind is always going and always thinking. And so it got me thinking about us in business. And business owners are really good at the high intensity. Okay. Look at your intake area. I mean, resale takes the cake for it, because when you do resale, you really take the cake for high intervals and doing things at an incredible rate. And we forget the recovery. As business owners, you forget the recovery. You forget to take the time to recover. It's one thing to do the interval. Okay, we can do this. We can power through. We can do anything. I'm an entrepreneur. I can do it. Yes, you can power. But you need to take time for recovery. And they actually say it in the video. They get it in your head. Okay, in these videos that I watch, my exercise videos every morning, they actually say it. Recovery. Take that time to get your body to recover. And in business, we forget that. In business and in being an entrepreneur and looking at our mountain of incoming and all the things that are on our to-do list. Okay? We forget the recovery. And if you do not take the time for recovery, your body will turn off when you don't want it to. Think about that for a second. You go at high intensity because you are intense. Your business is intense. The work you have to do is intense. And you do that, and you do it, and you do it. Yes, it's so difficult to do, but it is so necessary. It is so necessary because then when your body shuts down, okay, and that can be getting a cold, that can be just not getting out of bed in the morning and just like pulling the cover over your head one day. That can be unmotivated, unthinking. Your mind becomes a fog. You can't think. And that's your body's way of shutting down. So we have to build in the recovery. Okay. I talk about Self-Care Sunday, and that is an example. It's really a metaphor for a day a week to rest and recharge. But even if we're taking some time each day, maybe that's you sit outside on the patio with a cup of coffee. Not in most places in the country. Even Florida's been cold right now. But you take time to read a book. You listen to a mindfulness podcast. You do something that isn't high intensity. Because like even this workout is high intensity. Okay. So I mean, even that, I'm just doing, I'm keeping my body, heart health, keeping it moving. And we have to make the time for these intervals. Okay, because if you don't rest that muscle that is you, okay, it will collapse. It will give up on you. It will not serve you when you need it to serve you. So if you're going to do the high intensity, you have to do the recovery. And this is one of the recovery moves. I'm doing little toe taps and moving the arms. And that's one of the recovery modes where we're moving at a slower pace. Okay. And, even on the screen, they have how many miles an hour that you're going. And think about that in your car. You're doing that in your business all the time. If you had a miles per hour gauge, this has a gauge on it, okay, of how fast we're going. I might be going 6, 7, 8 miles an hour, okay, at one point in the high intensity part of the video, and then it slows down maybe 3 miles an hour, 2 miles an hour, okay, in the recovery stage. It doesn't mean stop, okay? It doesn't mean stop, although that's okay too. You can stop in business. You can take a moment for recovery. You can call it a snow day. Okay, you can call it I need a mental health break, a mental health margarita. Okay, you can call it whatever you want. Okay, but call it. Take that recovery moment. Okay, I'm not saying it's easy, but if it were easy, everybody would do it. If it were easy, everybody would be a business owner. Everybody would be an entrepreneur. We don't do easy things. We don't do easy things. We make hard decisions and do hard things in life. And this is where we make it. This is where we change things. This is where the change happens. The change happens. The ideas happen in recovery. There's a reason, you get that idea, you wake up in the middle of the night and you got an idea. That's because your body had time to recover and let that idea free. You get that idea in the shower. That's because you had time to recover and be free. For me, it's always been driving. Driving is a very calming thing for me. And I like to be out there on the road. And that is a great way for me to recover and unwind. Sometimes it's just watching stupid TV, not necessarily a mindless show. A show I don't have to think about. Friends, Big Bang Theory, something that doesn't require thought. Allows me to recover. Those are the types of things. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Take your pick. Just anything mindless that doesn't require my high level of energy allows my mind to recover, my body to recover, yourself to recover. So think of you as I'm talking Valentine's Day. I'm talking heart healthy. I'm talking all these things. And think about how you will recover, how you will change. What change will you do so that you can still perform with high intensity? Because you do. You need to do it. You need to. And you know what else you need to do? This video and everything I talk about goes over to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yes, ring the bell. Ring it so you know when another one drops. You can also share it with everybody in business. The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody run a better business. I am here every Sunday and Wednesday at More 8 Finish. But if you have a question in between, just email me. Neil, Neil at nextlevelresale.com, or DM me on Facebook. I'm easy to find. We start our program every night with our opening and closing quote. I forgot to start with I was so excited about this. I was so intense. I forgot to give our opening quote tonight. Let me flip the page here. Most obstacles melt away when we make up our minds to walk boldly through them, is our opening quote. I like this. Our closing quote. The best way to make a difference in the world is to start by making a difference in your own life. There you go. How about that for some high intensity? Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do love being here with you. And until Sunday at More 8 Finish, know that you but most importantly, you. Yes, you. You're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I will see you, yes, you, on Sunday.